here it is, the middle of March. We're just a few days away from spring beginning, and as everyone always knows, that spring is a great time to sell your home. You know, if you obviously missed the early part of the market where the competition's a little reduced, spring is still a great time to sell. So the three top things that buyers are looking for when they're looking for houses in the spring market. Number one, you gotta have good curb appeal. So what we wanna do is make sure that your house from the outside is showing in the best possible light. So getting things like getting the mulch redone, getting the bushes trimmed back, making sure from the outside of the house gives a great presentation to the buyer. Remember, first thing a buyer sees when they pull up to your house is the front of the house. We only have one chance to make that first impression. So even when we're considering the outsides, it's just even that entranceway into the home. Simple things like making sure, if the cobwebs are off the door, the dirt's off the door from the winter. Things like, your driveway, getting your driveway sealed. These are some great enhancements to the outside of the home. Second, the inside of the home. Obviously buyers living on the inside of the home, and that's really where they're inside and then their emotions start to run wild about what exactly they're looking for in a home. So we want to, number one, have the house spotless. Get it cleaned, clean it yourself or have it professionally cleaned. Invest the money to make sure. Do things like wipe the baseboards down, caulk any cracks, between baseboards and drywall. That always happens over the winter as it gets in these cold months. As there's shrinkage in the homes, the gaps start to open up. So get those simple things like getting those gaps caulked and fixed and making sure everything just looks absolutely spotless. Spring clean, get out all the clutter, remove all the things that you're not going to take with you to the next house. Get rid of them, donate them. There's so many places in our area that you can donate goods and home goods and old clothing, anything. Just try to make the house as open as possible. And the third thing would be is, when you guys are ready to get the home on the market and you're ready to show, make sure that when you present this home for pictures, that you do everything you can to make the pictures sparkle. And the way you can do that is by just doing steps 1 and 2. And then when the house is starting ready to show what the buyers are looking for, they're looking for a property that's easy to show. It's not uncommon for a buyer to be driving by a house or they see it on the internet and they fall in love with it and they want to see the house as soon as possible. And it could be your home. So we want to make sure that we can give them good access to your property. That way we can get a showing, and more importantly, you can get an offer on your home. So if you are considering selling in the springtime here, we'd be glad to talk to you in more detail and about how we can position your home to be in the best possible light for the spring market. Thanks again for checking out this week's blog.